he was literally shocked when I showed him that how to make money. And when I showed him that, he was like, you're like, you literally changed my life.
Mhm.
That's what he told me.
Damn.
And I was like, I didn't change my life. Like, I didn't change your life. It was you who decided
Yeah.
to learn from me, to
Mhm.
change your own life.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That nobody changes from other people's opinions or other people's telling of them.
Yeah.
You change because you want to,
Yeah.
whether it's conscious or unconscious, whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it. Like, it's you that's making the choice at the end of the day. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sun 14 podcast. I'm here with my cousin, Pratham. How's it going, bro?
It's pretty good. Just went to San Francisco and had a vacation over there and just came back and
Yeah.
came back to see you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How was that, though? Like, that was your first time, right?
San Francisco, yeah. I lived in Chinatown and it was pretty good over there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was kind of cool, but I got used to it in like
Yeah.
3 days.
I know, dude. San Francisco is one of those cities where it is like a major city in America. It's
Yeah.
it's probably not as big as like LA, but it's still a giant city. But for some reason, it's been on the decline because of the laws there. Like, there's a shit ton of homeless people. You might
Yeah.
have experienced that.
I know.
And just it seems rowdy, bro. Like, it's just not like
It's not calm
it's not
city.
safe, you know?
It's not calm. It's not safe.
Yeah.
It's very crazy out there. Yeah, but you enjoy it. You enjoy it for a couple
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, it's a good city overall. Good food, good people
Yeah.
as well. Good sights to see. Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge, Pier 39.
Yeah.
It's cool over there.
Yeah. I've been a few times actually because my cousin lived up there for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, every time I would go, it would the Golden Gate Bridge, the last 2 times I went, it was on a clear day. Like, so I saw the whole bridge
Uh-huh.
and you could see from, I don't know if you went towards like the other side of the bridge and there's a hill there
Uh-huh.
and there's a lookout point and you could really get a really close view from there.
Uh-huh.
And we went on there and you could see like the whole San Francisco skyline, all the buildings from
With
there.
the bridge.
Yeah, with the bridge. And that was like the best view I've ever seen. And it was at sunset,
Uh-huh.
golden hour. Like, the light was perfect. It was
Uh-huh.
crazy. But yeah, that was like the best view I've ever seen of Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, I want to go to San Francisco a couple more times because I've been over there. I stayed over there for like 3-4 days, but I still can't
was
complete.
cloudy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still there's too much to look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
it's-
still a lot, dude. And every city, I think.
Yeah,
I was in New York in December, and I wish I was there longer. Like,
Yeah.
I could stay there for probably 6 months and still not do everything that's there.
most of the times I've been on many trips, but most of the times, like when we leave the trip, like go back to home, that time we realize that, oh, we left to see this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's crazy that when you're at that point, you don't notice it.
Yeah.
And then when you go home and then you're like, okay, I forgot to go over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know, dude, there were so many restaurants and stuff that I wanted to go to in New York that we never went to. And I realized, like, I watched a YouTube video of it later, like
Yeah.
of some chef that prepared like this 5-star meal at some restaurant. And I was like, dude, I live like right there, bro. Like, I was like, our hotel was literally 2 blocks away. We could have been there.
Yeah, like so you planned before and then you cannot go.
Yeah, you can't go because other shit happens, but
Yeah.
at least you could go back and experience it a different way.
Yeah, you gotta left something for next time.
Yeah, next time.
You can't complete all the stuff at the same time.
Yeah. What other cities you want to travel to?
I wanna go
America.
to New York.
New York, yeah.
Because New York is like the main city of United States where everyone goes. It's like it defines the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like the main city
Yeah, it's probably the most well-known city
in the world.
in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
For especially in America, like tourists think of New York as like the capital,
Yeah.
even though it's like Washington D.C. They're like,
Yeah.
we don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, like people from outside just imagine like when people imagine United States, what is United States is, people just imagine New York.
New York, yeah.
Yeah.
Skylines and
Skylines, like buildings, people, traffic, cars, like everything.
yeah.
It's New York is the America. That's what people think.
Yeah. And you were in that. You probably thought that for a long time when you grew up in India. Yeah.
I grew up in India. I was like, okay, this is United States everywhere. And the United States going to be like New York.
Yeah. And then you come here, like, you're in like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, middle of nowhere. Where's everywhere?
Where's everything? It's so spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we have like a few hotspots of all over the country of Chicago and fucking Miami and Austin, Dallas, Denver, all these little places, but in between there's literally nothing.
There's nothing. Yeah,
for large amounts of the country.
When my dad and my family drove from Tennessee to Los Angeles, we experienced a lot of places where there was like empty land, like acres of land empty, like nothing over there.
Nothing. Yeah, and it's barren because for first off, when people move to certain places, they're looking for a source of water, maybe some people, civilization, like already developed, so they don't know how to like build it up from there. And if it's just empty, nobody wants to live there. Nobody wants to develop anything.
You need a society to like feel safe.
Yeah, feel safe. Yeah. Some people are the opposite though. I know there might be some people out there that want to be out in nature and just like live amongst the woods and animals and shit. Yeah. But I think we're way too removed now. Like it's hard to think that at one time we were living and hunting and growing our own food and we had to do all those things. But now it's just, we don't do anything. Like we expect food to be there when we want it. Yeah. And all these things.
So everything is like so pre-planned. Like everything we want, it's everything like out there. Back then, nothing was like that. We had to make our own stuff. We had to make our own food. Now there are restaurants. Because I studied in my school about how our civilization built up. And it's crazy how when you look at it, it's crazy like how much of human force and human energy has put on to like build up the society that we have right now.
Yeah, it's insane. Like it took way longer than what we have right now. Like after we got it done, it seems like it's just advanced so rapidly, especially with technology. It's just we're rapidly removed from nature. Yeah. But it took thousands of years to get to that point of where we are this removed. And I think we're going to fall back into it because we're just going to be so far removed from any consequence. And I think we're sort of aware with our environment. People are saying, we can't just pollute the ocean. We have to stop plastics from entering the ocean. We can't just allow carbon to enter the atmosphere. That's going to cause global warming. So we're aware in that standpoint. But there are also things that we will do. Like businesses will just do things because they want to create a certain product. They want to fulfill a demand. Yeah. They're not going to stop because it's going to like help the environment. As long as we're comfortable as a species, as humans, we're comfortable with how things are. If they're plants and everything, the sun's coming up, and we're comfortable. Yeah. We're good. But the second we're uncomfortable, we'll fight and do whatever we can to make ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Get back.
I've seen it many times. Like, Man vs. Wild, something like that.
Yeah.
The show. Yeah. It was cool. I used to watch it. And I see that man like going through everything. But like, that's how people lived back then.
Yeah. Like, and he have like certain tools like that from, of course he had clothes on, I'm pretty sure. And he might have had some tools like that were from the 21st century.
Yes, he did. But he kind of shows that how did people lived back then. And it's kind of insane that how much we could do and we can do like in the wild that we cannot expect. Like we expect to sleep in a bed and sleep outside, like don't sleep outside and stuff like that. Yeah.
and
like,
drink from streams and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Like our body can resist the nature
Mhm.
so well that the band shows. And I think that's insane that people think like humans nowadays underestimate themselves.
Mhm.
Like when you see homeless people sleeping outside, they're still fine. They're still next day waking up and doing the work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Yeah,
our body is capable of doing like anything if we just keep our mind to it.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think that part of us, that characteristic might slowly go away because if we continue to live like this, the way we are, our bodies will adapt like it did to food. For example, like humans can't consume raw meat. Like if we can't go and bite a wild rabbit that's alive and just bite into it and eat it.
Yeah.
We have to cook it and prepare it in a certain way or else we'll get sick.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's gotten to a certain place where we're kind of removed, but who knows what's going to happen in the next 1,000 years, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like next 1,000 years, I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here. But still it's something to think about. So it's still something to like be prepared about, and we gotta still like keep an eye on it. Try to improve it, like make it better. Try to be more eco-friendly. Be more like close to earth. Be nature. That's important because I've seen our generation getting more further and further and away from the like what the nature is. I see it with like electronic cars and stuff like that. That's like a different story, but that's still trying. But
yeah, some people make the argument that yes, electric is better for emissions, right? We're not putting carbon in the air, but at the same time, we're using these rare minerals to make the battery.
Yeah.
And so there's always a trade-off, in my opinion. You can't get a world where there's unlimited resources of everything. You know, that's just not how Earth is designed right now.
We got to change our demands then. That's the only way. We got to use less car, more like we got to walk more.
Transportation.
Public transports, bicycles, everything like that.
Yeah.
It's on demand or choice of people that what do you want to do that can affect the world or not. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I've thought about that from history standpoint of people 60 years ago, 100 years ago, they created what we have today. They created the system of driving. Like
yes,
at one point, there weren't this many roads in America, but there was a bill passed, there was a law passed to create a national highway system, an act, and that was created. And now we have roads everywhere. And at that point in America, that was what was needed for the population, for everything. Like it was a boom in cars, boom in everything. And there was an expansion, right? But that expansion soon plateaued. Yeah. And that's where we're at. It's like staying the same. And we're not doing anything new to get to the next boom. Like we're trying certain things, but like electric cars and stuff, but that's still with roads. But we could do trains. We could do certain other stuff that we're not doing. And that's why we're like kind of in this plateau, like just doing the same shit that was developed hundreds of years ago. Yeah. And we're expecting it to work in a 21st century society.
Yeah. It's like we expand so much that there's nothing more to expand. Yeah, I understand. That's why I see like nowadays that businesses are not doing as well as they used to because there's nothing too much new. Like if you were to open a liquor store, let's say in Los Angeles, it's very hard. It's very hard to run a business like of liquor store in Los Angeles because there are a bunch of them. Yeah. If there's something new, then you can expect the business to grow. But there's nothing new. Yeah. You can like bring out because there's already someone else who's doing the same thing. Yeah. So it's pretty hard.
It is hard. But at the same time, that's what's going to create the next thing, I think, is when everything is filled up already, what we know, then some guy, girl, whatever, is going to think of something that's going to be different. And that's the only way it happens. If let's say you wanted to open a liquor store and there was no competition, you'd probably just open it and you're making money and you'll be fine. But now it's going to make you think creatively, like, what else can I do?
Yeah,
in that
like Bill
situation.
Gates, like he was the thinker.
Yeah.
He thought of the Microsoft and he changed the world.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of people like that
Yeah.
did those things. And I think without them, we'd be like the animals, bro. Like without people who
there are some people in the world who can change, like who has changed our lives and big times. But yeah, we can appreciate them and also like kind of hate them also.
Hate
because
them. In what way? Like why hate them?
Because of them, it's like pros and cons. Because of them, we have so much advancement that we are so far from nature as we speak.
Yeah.
And also we can like them because they provided us comfort, like
stuff that we've never had before. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of both ways. Everything has a both ways.
Yeah, literally everything.
Yeah.
I heard like I forget who talked about this, but even if you try to like cut a magnet, right, to the smallest magnet, like most magnets have a positive and negative side, right? Like there's it repels whatever. If you have another magnet, it repels, right? And you could cut that magnet to the literally smallest fucking molecule and it will still have two sides to it.
Yeah.
It cannot not have two sides.
Yeah.
So, and that's with anything that,
like our characteristics, our nature, everything has two sides. Our world has two sides. Everything has
two sides. Yeah. The sun comes up, goes down, light, dark.
Light, dark. Yeah. Both negative, positive. Yeah.
Yeah. The yin yang of everything.
Yeah.
And that's a good principle to learn, I think. When I hear people talk about, I wish they wish for a utopian society, things where everything's perfect, meaning there is no problems. There is no, everything you want is perfect in society. No hunger, no homelessness, no anything, no problems in society whatsoever. Right. And I tell them it's already perfect because the perfection isn't only good. The perfection is the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And you're probably thinking like, well, you don't want homeless. You don't want people starving in Ethiopia. And I heard this guy talk about, so is the desire for, like, yes, those things are bad, but that's perfect because so is your desire to stop those things. Your desire to improve improve society is also perfect. If everything's perfect, there's no striving for anything else. Yeah. Right? Like there's no making things better. That Bill Gates wouldn't do shit because everything's already done. You know? Yeah. Like
nobody would even get up from their bed.
Yeah, nobody would do anything.
Yeah.
Because if it's all perfect, the problems make you think. The problems make you want to go and do something with your life.
Yeah. I was in philosophy class last semester and I learned about society and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was one theory of having a perfect society. And my teacher was like, will people in perfect society be happy? And the answer was no.
Yeah.
Because if everything is perfect, then people are not happy. People need the unperfectness and the unperfect item to be like get perfect afterwards. So they feel like they have achieved something. Yeah. So
there has to be a reward for the undertaking. And as human beings, I think we can all understand that when you do nothing, like when you're just like bored, that's like the worst place to be. Is not having any purpose to your energy.
Yes.
To what you want to put things towards. And once you find it, like right now, we're doing a podcast, we're doing something. Like this gives us like a meaning of, we don't have to do this. Like this is not forced upon us as human beings. No human being is forced to do anything. Like there's no power saying you have to do this one thing. It's our ideas that make us want to go out and do something. And we need that. I don't think we could live without putting our energy in something else.
Yeah, our energy has to be used. Like it's like a car.
Yeah,
if you
it's like
just
a car.
let it sit, it just dies. Yeah, it's like that. We gotta keep ourselves active. That's why we do gym. That's why we run. We stay active, so we stay healthy. So, and just like that, we have to work. If we don't work, don't use our brain, we're gonna be like
declines.
We might die faster.
Yeah, that's also a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably studies of people that are older and studies that of people who read versus don't read.
Yes.
Meaning, if you're in older age, I think it lowers Alzheimer's, or I think Alzheimer's. The one where you forget things. I'm pretty sure.
Whatever it is,
I forget
memory
what it's
loss.
called.
Something
Memory loss, something. Yeah, I forget the exact. It might be that, but that's what I'm trying to get at. Is people who read probably have a stronger mental focus than people who don't read, and they'll keep that clarity if they continue to read in their older age. They'll continue to have that kind of mental fitness, and like you said, the physical also has to play with a part. If you just read all day, sit on the couch, and never get up, then you're also going to be in a detriment.
You have to like keep your whole body in fitness from head to toe. You got to keep everything active. You cannot just read all day. You got to also work out. You got to stay active. You got to walk, run, everything. Stay hydrated, eat food, everything. Like that's part of our nature. That how we keep ourselves like prepared, I would say, rather than being comfort. We stay prepared for like everything that the next day we have to get this done. We prepare ourselves day before by eating, sleeping, taking rest, taking like shower, everything. We're getting prepared for next day.
Yeah, and we feel the consequences of not doing it.
Yes.
You sometimes when you don't take care of the sleep, and then you feel the next day you're tired and you can't get enough shit done. And you make change after that, because for some reason, sleep is a weird one. Like sleep, Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about it too. He's like, sleep is so weird. Like, what if we explain that to aliens? Like aliens came from that never sleep, right? They just always have unlimited energy to do whatever they want. If they came here and we told them that 8 hours a day, we just have to go into this state. Like we just like, close our eyes and not do anything for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
that would be hard to explain to them, to people that don't sleep, because it's a weird thing.
Yes.
We look around at every other animal that does sleep. Like most animals lay in that state. But what if that wasn't the case? What if you could just keep going and not go into that place? Because
I think that would cause way more violence in my
violence.
Because then if we have unlimited energy, then like we have seen it before in past times, people were I don't know, like doing nothing back then, were bored, and that's why the wars, like you see back then, like ancient war.
Yeah.
People had nothing to do. That's why they did war.
And the lack of information.
Yeah.
Meaning right now we could communicate easily. Our phones allow us to communicate with anybody in the world. But back then, if you heard a rumor, let's say like your kingdom, if you had a kingdom and I had a kingdom, and some guy just randomly heard, maybe it wasn't even me that said it, but that guy, some random guy heard that I want to attack your kingdom, right? Some guy heard that and went over to you and told you that and said, this is how it is. This is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to attack you. Now you're riled up. Now you're going to come attack me.
Yeah.
And then, and in the meantime, like nobody was going to attack anybody.
Yeah.
But there was a lack of communication that fucked it up.
Yeah. I've seen it many times, like in our school. We see it most of the time in school, like rumors and stuff like that. I've seen it in my school also, like rumors, and the whole school get hyped.
Anytime there's a fight, bro. I remember there were a few fights in high school that happened where it was a scene to watch, or it was like amazing to see the amount of people that would run to watch it.
Yeah.
There was somebody just yelled fight one time, and in our school, it's all outside, and California schools are usually like open outdoor schools, right? And so it was during lunch, and I think around 1,000 kids were in this area, a little spread out, right? And there were these 2 trees near one of the buildings, and somebody yelled fight over there, and they started fighting. And I saw all those kids just coming together like a swarm of like bees or something going to a hive. Like that's how it felt like. It was crazy.
Like every single time I see that happen, I was like, what the heck they're doing?
Because it never solves anything either, because the security guard is going to come in there and then you're going to get both suspended and everything.
Like, in my opinion, people who just watch the fight is like part of the fight. Like, why do you just watch it? Why don't you like try to help them get it like separated and stuff?
Yeah.
What is so fun about watching 2 people fight?
Yeah, it's not. I think there's something human nature about it. Maybe like just the excitement of 2 people, like who has the most strength or whatever. But at the same time, yeah, I think we've grown as human beings to realize like we don't need to do this anymore. We have language. We can talk. We could work this out that way.
Yeah, physical language, no need to use it.
Yeah, there's rarely use for that. And what I've learned is it never solves it.
Yeah.
You might get the frustration out, like whatever it is, the anger, whoever hurt you. Sure, you could enact violence, but it will never make you feel good about yourself.
If you want to get out the frustration, just talk to them. If you can talk to them, cuss them out or whatever, that's better than like fighting.
Yeah.
Because fighting won't solve anything. Maybe cursing them out, maybe kind of like help you mentally, like get all frustration out. But getting physically fighting and stuff like that, no. That's like, and that's why there are laws that if you fight, you can go to jail. But if you curse people out, there's no
laws.
Yeah.
They might, maybe, who knows? But
I don't think so. If you curse out the police or something.
Yeah, there's no laws against that, which is good. I think. But the next step, and even cursing people out, is what I realized. Instead of, if somebody sends you hate, that you have a choice of not sending it back. There's a decision there, which I didn't understand for a long ass time. I didn't know that was an option to instead, if somebody tells you that, I don't like what you're wearing. I don't like those shoes. And instead you could say, oh, I like your shoes. And you don't have to hate them back.
Yes.
That's what I realized after fucking so long. I heard like one speech about it. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, that's an option. Yeah. Which I've never understood, that the whole time it was a choice. The whole time, instead of sending hate to somebody who sends hate to me, I could just send them love, and like they'll like immediately stop. Like, who's gonna send hate after that? Like, somebody says they like your shit, who's gonna fucking fight you? Like, if you tell them that. Because
I learned that in my HCOM class, human communication.
Yeah.
My teacher taught me that. So we had it was just a slide on a presentation board, and there was a sentence like, "You cannot do work," and I just said that to some other guy next to me. So it was like a 2 people assignment. We just had to talk to each other. I told him that you cannot do work, and he was like, "Yes, I cannot do work." That's all he said, and then whatever I said just made it 0, like, because he accepted.
Yeah.
So there's no more to talk about.
Yeah, once you agree, it's done, basically. Yeah. Like that's happened in a lot of cases, and I learned that in this book. I don't know if you've heard of it, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie. It's one of my favorite books, if not my favorite. Like, I've read it 3-4 times now, and I continuously read it because the principles in that book, if I don't like continuously have that knowledge, I might go back to the old way of, because that's easy. It's easy to hate. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to tell somebody and enact violence. It's like a part of our genetics or biology or something. It's just easier to do that. But it's harder to be in a way where it's positive and not yell at people and not criticize and not condemn. It's a harder thing to do.
That's why people do therapy. Yeah, I've seen people do therapy to be like change their characteristic, personality and stuff like that, to be more positive. Like be positive and take out the negative side of them. And people who get out of prison, I heard of him, like people who get out of prison get therapy done, change their characteristic, their appearance, everything. And it's like choice.
It is choice, yeah.
It's a choice that if you want to change or not. If you don't want to change, you will be always like seen different from the world and people won't accept you. If you're like changing, like if you even decide to change, there are like million people who are going to help you.
Yeah. I think the world wants better people. Like I heard this quote from Wayne Dyer. He said, "You can't be sick enough to make somebody else healthy.
Yeah.
You can't be poor enough to make somebody else rich."
Yeah.
So it's a benefit to all of humanity for your excellence, for you doing well. So if you develop yourself to the place where you're the positive one, that you go into any place where there might be violence, people might hate each other, but you go in there and instead of that being the situation, you change it to a positive one. People are going to like want you to be around them.
Yes.
Like that you're going to be better in business situations. You're going to be better in family situations. Like everything just works around positivity. Like it always wins.
Yes. Positivity does win over the negativity.
Yeah.
I have seen it many times, but it's a matter of choice. Everything is a matter of choice. Making money, getting off of bed and everything, changing your lifestyle, changing your physical appearance. Everything is a choice.
It is. But that choice, and as we're talking about this, what I want people to get across is that don't take this as the way you have to do it. Think for yourself. Like think about, oh, that's the negative. If I choose negativity in this situation, this is what's going to happen. If I choose positivity in this situation, this is what's going to happen. And then think about the options and then choose for yourself. And then that'll have a resonating experience with you.
Yes.
If somebody tells you exactly how to be, you're not going to follow it through. But if you experience life and do whatever you want in your own way of looking at the world, I think it will be a much greater impact for you.
Yes.
You'll have something there that's going to pull you towards whatever side you choose. And there is no right or wrong, in my opinion. It's whatever's best for you. And you'll realize through the journey what's best for you. There's no other way.
I don't know if you heard of the ancient econologists or something, economists named Chanakya.
No, I haven't heard of that.
He's Indian.
Indian?
He's Indian.
Economist, you say? Like
he's the first ever economist in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long ago, you think?
I think so. Remember? I don't know. Like it was like 800, 500, 400 BC or something.
Really? That long?
It's pretty old. But I follow him. I follow him. He's my idol. I look up to him. He says many things. Like you see like common things like such as being staying focused, stay away from certain negative things, build your habit, wake up, everything. You see all the common successful habits and traits are all said by him. The one you see in modern times, all said by him. And you assume that people like, let's say Steve Jobs or someone like them made the thing. No, it was him.
Yeah, it's always that way. Like every single knowledge that I have, like all the information about this stuff, is not from me. Like I didn't just go into a cave, meditate for 30 years and all this came flooding in. It's from books. It's from other people's information. That this thing called the internet that we all use has this thing that has all this information. And I can't imagine how people came up with these ideas. Like those are like the smartest people in the world who actually didn't have anybody telling them. They just went through experiences and reflected upon how to do it, and then wrote it down
like
for other people.
As we are.
Yeah.
Like you started your podcast. I don't know how did you thought of it, but you started your podcast from something that was nothing there before.
Yeah. Inspiration,
yes. And I am doing my own online business, and we're just from nothing to now making thousands of money.
Yeah, thousands of dollars from inspiration.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's where all good things start, is finding something that you enjoy and then taking that first step. Like the first step is always the most fearful, because you don't know, it's unknown and you don't know the outcome. But once you take the first step and you realize how much more you enjoy it, and that your life like changes. And we talked about the purpose aspect of it, that humans need purpose. Once you put a purpose in something you enjoy, it doesn't even feel like work. Like there's a famous quote of you should find something that you never had to work a day in your life, right? And that's what I seek, is to do that. Because when you don't feel like it's work and you just enjoy the process, you'll work 10 times harder, 100 times harder at the same thing.
Yes.
That's how it is. It's a weird thing. Like you think that because somebody or you think that in just pursuing anything, you could work hard at it. But there's a few things, just, the universe might have designed it. Who knows how people like and dislike things, but the things you like, you'll work at it harder. You'll improve on it faster. There's just something about you're enjoying aspect of it, the process of it, that will propel you way further.
Yes. Because like you play basketball, I play soccer, I run also. Yeah, like anything we enjoy doing it, we put out more work to it. And I have experienced it many times. But it is something strange that we enjoy doing.
Yeah. And that nobody forces you.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell you, like no other person can tell you what you like and don't like. That is through experience individually, alone, by yourself, that you have to go through to start to find likes and dislikes in certain things.
Yes.
And all of life that it has to offer. And through that process, you're going to find a shit ton of things that you don't like.
Yeah.
Like there are going to be some things that you're going to hate. Like for me, I don't like math. Like I've been in a shit ton of math classes, and sure, I could maybe pass a few classes, but I don't like doing it. I don't like reading about it. I don't like fucking writing it down. And I know some people that are the complete opposite way. Yeah. That they love math, and all praise to them, and to each their own, right? Whoever likes anything should pursue it. But there's different human beings. Like human beings are all different in their own way. Yeah. And whatever their pursuit is, whatever their happiness, whatever it brings them, that finding that is probably the best the best feeling in the world. Because I remember it at a time where I didn't know what made me happy. Like I didn't know the process of enjoying life. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing I had control over. And eventually I started going down that path and finding things I don't like, which brought me closer to what I did like. Because this is a weird concept too, that in the moment of you not liking things, you might think that, you know, why do I have to do this? And you're struggling, you're frustrated, you might be angry. But if you can understand in that moment that that's bringing you closer to what you do like, because if you didn't try, I don't even know, what is it? If you didn't try to test drive a car, right? Like let's say you test drove a Toyota, and then you test drove and you like that one, and then you test drove a different car and you didn't like it. That not liking something, put it into comparison.
Doesn't make it the other worse. Yeah. So now you have something to compare it to, and choose that way. Like that's how you figure things out. Yeah. Like I've seen it many times in my life, and my dad even tells me that everyone is built different, but everyone is built a specific way to work in a specific situation.
Their way of looking at things.
Yeah. Like everyone is built different, but like everyone is like made, like customizedly, like made to do something, but they just got to find the purpose.
They got to find it. That was so hard for me. And when I was, I think 15 years old, I knew that I had to find it, because you probably know Gary Vee, right?
Yeah.
And he always used to talk about, once you find the thing that you should always do what makes you happy. Happiness should be your North Star, meaning always follow that. Right. And it's easy to follow happiness when you see the North Star, right? Like you could follow it when you know it's there, but when it's not there and you don't have purpose, you don't have like something to put your life towards, you got to find it. And for 6 months, I actively started thinking, what is my purpose? Like every day I just thought that thought, like every single day I just kept on thinking, what is my purpose? That question repeatedly over and over every single day, every night, until one day I was sitting at my computer, and at that point I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast for a few months, and I took this graphic design class in my senior year of high school, and I was sitting at my computer, and an epiphany, just some random thought came over me, and I was like, oh, I like graphic design and I like YouTube and podcasting. Why not just create my own? And that was the spark of everything. Like that's what made me get into it. And it's just random thought. Like, how did that happen? Who knows where that thought came from? But it worked for me. And other people have to, each individual person has to go through their own shit to do it. Right? Like not everybody's going to start a podcast, because not everybody wants that. They want different things. So whatever it is you want, you have to seek it. And like you said before, right? It's a choice to go out and look for it. Some people don't look for it, and then they complain about, well, I thought I was going to do something, but I don't know what to do. And they're in this place of being lost. But all they got to do is just go after it. Like just think of the person you want to become. And in my opinion, once you do that, once you have a vision of yourself, a goal, humans are very keen on goals. Like when you run, let's say a marathon, right? If you run a marathon, you know how long that is. 26.2 miles you run, and there's a start, there's a finish. A lot of people have done that. But if you tell a human being, just run, just go and run, I guarantee they'll fall short of whatever it is. Like they won't even get to 26 because there's no goal. And it's a weird concept, but when we have goals, we reach them because we could already see it happening for ourselves. And with the marathon, you know it's 26.2. Okay, I'm going to train the best I can. I know the distance. I know how it's going to feel. Let's go. You get to that day. And of course, it's difficult in the process. At mile 18, you might want to give up, but you have the goal in your mind and you go after it. But if there's no goal, if there's no destination, it's like building a ship and then just with no crew, with no destination, you just send it off into the water.
Yeah.
What's it going to go? Like, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. It's just going to float. That's it. Yeah. That's how I started my online business. Like I had to
explain it for people just for
like them. To people, I'm an online seller or online business man or whatever you want to call me. Yeah,
just buy stuff and sell it. And
sell it online. I sell stuff online. Yeah. Simple as that. But I started my business with a single Toyota Camry rim. I found it in a garbage container, and it was in good condition. Like, it was all right. And my dad told me that, hey, there is a Toyota Camry rim in a garbage container. And I was like, can we get it? Because I have a Toyota Camry. And I was like, you should keep it as a spare tire. Yeah. But then I looked at it, it's kind of bigger than mine, but it's kind of different. So I was like, no, we cannot do anything with this. But then it stayed in the garbage container for like a couple of days. And then I was like, should we sell it? And I tried. And then within like 1 week,
it sold.
It sold for $250.
Damn.
I made free $250 just by like selling a garbage. But like, as you said, that thinking about like the spark that makes you think, it was at that point when I sold the tire and when I got the money in my head, I was like, okay, if I can sell this, what else can I not sell? Yeah.
There's so much, like that one spark creates everything. Yeah, it creates everything because without it, like without inspiration, without doing a certain thing that you've never done before, like you stay the same. Like there's this, people call it the comfort zone, right? You stay the same in your own little bubble of what your past has been. And when you try something new, you expand yourself. You probably gained more knowledge, more skills, and just pursuing this than most things in life. Yes. Right? Like you probably understood things about the marketplace. You gained skills on golf clubs. Yeah. Or like just understanding golf knowledge. Yeah.
Golf knowledge, talking with people, bargaining with people, finding the right price, finding the value of something without looking it up on Google. Like I can find the value of anything you tell me. Yeah. And I can like estimate it perfectly, or like $5-6 away from Google. Yeah. Like it would sell
because you looked at it that much that you just know in your mind that that's how it is.
Yeah. So that is like whenever I go to like garage sale nowadays to buy the stuff to resell on online like eBay or OfferUp, I just automatically get it. Like this will sell for this much. This will sell for this much.
And you just know.
I don't have to pull out my phone or anything like that. I just get it in my head.
Yeah, those are the skills. And Jim Rohn said it best. He said, it's not the goal. It's not the destination that's important. It's who you become in the process. Yeah. And that clicked with me. And he talked about that when he said, set a goal for $1 million. Like set a goal to become a millionaire, right? And he said, not for the money. It's not the money that matters. You could lose the money. The money can go away. The money, you could spend it all. But it's who you become in the process of going after it. Yeah. The network you build, the skills you develop. That's what's important.
Also, once you become, let's say, a millionaire, even if you lose the money, you can still become the millionaire.
Yeah, that's what
because you still have the skill.
Yeah, that's what's most important. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. It's about who you become. Yeah. And in my opinion, it's a choice. Yeah. It's a choice and what you want to become. It's crazy that anybody can become anything. And especially in this time, there was a time maybe 500 years ago where if your dad was a farmer, you had to be a farmer.
Yeah.
And that's the way it worked. But now it doesn't have to be like that. If your parents did something else and you want to pursue something else, go and do something else. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be the same way you've always been. You don't have to do the same thing that your family has always done.
Mm-hmm.
Change everything about your life. As long as it makes you happy, it will pay in returns you'll never believe. Like the happiness, success, money, whatever you want, you can have it.
Yeah. I've seen it many times. I don't know if you have seen it or not. The movie 3 Idiots.
Yeah. Indian movie.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. Like people, even English viewers.
Yeah. I've seen it. People in China, like I had a guest came up to my hotel and saying like, oh, I seen Indian movies like 3 Idiots, and the guest was from China.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. But like, it's a very inspirational movie. Like, it basically tells you to like follow your passion. And once you follow it, you can get unlimited success.
Yeah. And it shows the struggle of the person that's going the path less traveled by.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's easy to choose the path where everybody else goes.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing you could do in this world.
Yeah.
In my opinion, is follow what society expects from a human being.
Yeah.
And they expect the baseline of you. They expect very little.
Yeah.
And when you believe that baseline, you become less than who you are. And here's another Jim Rohn saying that I love is, he said, every life form on earth strives to the max. You don't see a tree growing half as high as it could. You've never heard a tree growing half as high as it could. It never grows half. It grows as much as it possibly can. Yeah. Even if there's a sliver of light, it's going to grow towards that light. It's going to try to go towards that light. It's going to try as hard as it possibly can. Every animal on earth tries to the max of whatever it wants to do. But human beings don't do that. Yeah. And the reason is because we have choice. Yeah. We have the dignity of choice. We don't have to go to the max. It is a choice for us to get there. You can more than likely just get a job and live in an apartment and work at, McDonald's or whatever. And you could live comfortably, meaning just normally have that and be comfortable for the rest of your life. You could just do that. Yeah. But that doesn't require much of you. That doesn't require all of your energy. And he said, why not strive to the max? Why not see how much you can become? Why not see how many skills you can develop? Why not see how much knowledge you can have? And once I got that, I was like, yeah, why not see how much? Like, how much can I learn here? How many people can I meet? How far can I take this? Yeah. And when you start to think like that, the limit gets taken off. There's like a imaginary limit we set for ourselves. Some people think that they can only, let's say, make $50,000 a year. That's what they've always made. And that's what they think that's possible for them. Yeah. But if you strive to the max, I guarantee you can make whatever you want. You want to make, $10,000 in 1 hour, you could do that. You want to make $1 million in 1 hour, there are people that do $1 million in 1 hour. That's possible. Yeah. Anything is possible if you keep your heart to it, or like put your like full mindset to it. Anything is possible. Anything. And like you said that that people have a choice and stuff like that, and people like to stay in comfort zone. Like yesterday, there was let's talk about what happened yesterday. So
I bought my golf clubs. Like
Mhm.
you saw them in my car.
Yeah. TaylorMade.
TaylorMade's M2s,
Yeah.
full set for 65. I bought it. They were dirty.
Mhm.
Even though I make thousands of dollars every like month, I still don't care about cleaning them. They were dirty. I had to like make my hands dirty.
Mhm.
I had to clean them,
Yeah.
do the dirty work, but that gets me paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's not about, you don't think of yourself as, oh, I have this now. I don't know how to do certain things anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have to do everything to become anything you want. You have to give
Everything you have.
everything you
Yeah.
have.
That's what the strive to the max. Like you never seen any other life form on earth do less than it can.
Because many times people like to get whenever like on the top, like above everyone, without doing the dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
Like waking, not even dirty work. Let's say hard work,
Mm-hmm.
like getting up. People don't want to do that. People just want to get on top.
Yeah. They
Without
see
doing-
the results of
Yeah,
people who already have it
yeah,
and don't see what they did to get it.
yeah.
Mm.
Yep. And it's kind of like, and when people go on top, like people who are already on top, people get jealous a lot. Like
Mm.
people who are on bottom, like who don't try or anything.
Yeah.
I've seen it many times. Like people get jealous, and it's their choice that they don't want to go up.
Yeah. And the reason they are is because they don't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know what you just said.
Yeah.
They don't know that it's their choice.
Yeah.
The lack of knowledge is what keeps most people at where they're at. It's not that they can't. No human being lacks the capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one human being on this earth lacks the capacity to do everything that they possibly can to do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is for you. Some people don't want millions of dollars. Like that's not what they want. They want a different idea of themselves. Like they just want something else.
They want a better life instead of money.
Yeah. And so whatever it is for you, whatever idea, whatever dream you have, just know that you're more than capable of achieving it.
Yeah.
Every single human being is. It's just the fear of doing it, the fear of trying, the fear of changing is a fear that you're going to have to face.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fear it's crazy how for so long it can immobilize you. It can make you not do anything. And when you take a chance for
Mm-hmm.
yourself, when you take a leap of faith and go after it, you're going to see that fear was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an illusion. It was never like really that bad.
Yeah.
Like you go start a business, you're not going to fucking die. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to like completely ruin your life from doing that.
Like experience that everyone can relate to, which is driving a car.
Yeah.
Like when you first start to drive a car, you're
Yeah.
like scared that how are you gonna do it. Like even if you just sit on the driver's seat, you're like scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get used to like driving every single day, and then you're like, okay, it was like
Yeah. Then you can
nothing.
like get on a phone call. It's easy.
Yeah. Like you can do multitasking stuff, everything like that. Yeah, so it's like that. Like once you get into it, and also like practicing
Mhm.
is a big thing.
Repetition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I started driving the car, and when I look back at it, I saw like it was a repetition and the mindset that I had that led me to like build the skill of driving a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also a motivation. Like I had to change. I had to be independent.
Yeah.
I had to be independent driving myself.
That's like the main reason why I wanted to drive really
Yeah.
is because I didn't want to lack the freedom.
Yeah.
Because here's what happened. For the longest time, you're in school, right? And either your parents have to pick you up or some friend who already had a license had to pick you up or somebody else had to drive you to places, right? And I saw the people who drove and we're like, I want that freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be the person that has to wait for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just have unlimited freedom to go where I want to go. And that like led me on to really want that license, bro. Like my mom could attest to this, because when to get a license or to get a permit here in California, you need to be 15 and a half. And I marked that date down to the exact day of when I turned 15 and a half. And I went that day. She told me, no, we could just go tomorrow. You know, like it was like right after school. She's like, why don't we just go tomorrow? And I was like, no, we have to go right now. And we went there, waited. In, the DMV in California is the worst shit you could ever go through.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But we went in line and everything. I was about to go there, but we were missing a form.
Uh-huh.
I was about to go take the test, but we were missing a form. So we waited for like an hour and we had to go back home.
Uh-huh.
But the next day, I don't even know, maybe the next day, maybe the next week, I went back and we had the form, we had everything. And for the past 3 months, I was on that probably app that I showed you, remember?
Yeah.
That driving test app. So I was on that for 3 months straight, like learning every question. I knew I took the practice test maybe 10 times, 50 questions. Like I just kept on doing that. So I knew right as I went on that computer and the test started, I was like, this shit's going to be easy. And I did it in maybe 15 minutes and got only 3 wrong. And I told my mom, like, you see, this shit is easy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at that time what this was. Like, what was this thing that made me want it that bad?
Yeah.
There's something that made me want it more than anything else I wanted in my life.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I realized it was that purpose of wanting freedom.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the license. The license is the embodiment. It's the symbol of, it's the symptom of freedom.
Yeah.
And yeah, that made, and then 6 months of driving. I drove on that permit. I think they wanted like 50 hours of driving. I did maybe 100 hours of driving. I drove so much during that time. And then I got the license. And yeah, the rest is history. You know, I've been driving for like 5 years now. Just crazy.
Yeah. I know, it's like a little things that makes the person do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 1 ounce of inspiration of seeing somebody else do it, right? Like, I think that's a big part of the internet is we see other people doing things, and that makes us inspired to be like that. Instead of getting jealous, like you said, there's some people that get jealous. Be inspired from that.
Yeah.
And see that you don't have to do it that same exact way that that person is doing it, but take that and then also take something else from here and then take something else from this and take something else from this. And now you have something new because of that.
Like I'm teaching one of my friend how to do online selling.
Yeah.
And so there's one day like 2 days ago, we went to garage sale and he was so excited. Like he wanted to be like me.
Yeah. You showed him the bank account and you're like,
I showed him the bank account and he's like, okay, I want to be like you. And I was like, okay, I can teach you. No problem. I don't have any problem teaching anyone anything.
Yeah.
Because
as long as I
don't lose anything.
There's willingness to learn. Yeah.
I don't lose anything. And at least I can help someone earn something. So I helped him getting some stuff for like $45. He spent like $45. And the item end up worthing about $400.
Really?
Yeah. And when I told him that, like you could make so much money like this, and he was literally shocked. Because what he does is, so his family owns a hotel and motel business, and everywhere, like on every hotel, he has vending machines of his dad that he has to pay him back because he owns the money on them. So like he does the vending machine thing, like sodas and stuff. he makes a little bit about money, but like
Not as much as you just showed him right
yeah,
now.
not as much as I showed him. Plus, he has to drive everywhere. He has to buy the stuff and sell it, and that's so much little profit margin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was literally shocked when I showed him that how to make money. And when I showed him that, he was like, "You're like you literally changed my life."
Mhm.
That's what he told me.
Damn.
And I was like, I didn't change my life. Like I didn't change your life. It was you who decided
Yeah.
to learn from me to
Mhm.
change your own life.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That nobody changes from other people's opinions or other people's telling of them.
Yeah.
You change because you want to.
Yeah.
Whether it's conscious or unconscious, whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it, like it's you that's making the choice at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I didn't want to take any credit. I told him it was all your luck
Mm-hmm.
that you got all the stuff. Like, even if you don't sell it and you can't sell it, I'm still there to help you. I will reimburse the whole purchase
Yeah.
like you made. And he was like, no, don't do it. But like, believe in yourself that you can sell it.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
Because
like,
even you were talking about like the Tesla caps that you have, right?
yeah, the Tesla
you
caps.
don't have, you don't have a Tesla yourself, but you know people that might need it.
Yeah.
And you gave it to people.
Yeah.
You just, your mind starts thinking of ways that it's possible to
Yeah.
do it. And over time, it just happens, right?
Yeah. I just thought of it one day, like, cause I saw a YouTube video of one guy spending money to just like customize his car a little bit, like just a little bit. He had a Tesla, but it cost him about like $1,200.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like only like changing the logo, changing the caps, like putting a small wrap around the like back and changing like the mirrors, like wrapping them.
Mm-hmm.
Cost him like $1,200. I was like, what the heck? It's so much.
That's a lot.
So I was like, why can't I do it? Like the material is probably like $50, something like that. And he had to pay like $1,200
for somebody else to install it.
Yeah, so to somebody else to install it. And I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
That's a big deal in it. And I sold like, so I thought of having wheel caps, Tesla. And those are like easy to get, but people who get them like from me, they don't know how to put them on.
Yeah.
And that's why I charged them the money
to install it.
Yeah. I installed them, and like it's a small stuff, but people still pay for it.
Yeah. Because it's value. Like this is how money, like the money market works.
Yeah.
And you don't get paid for time. People say I get, the man says I get paid $10 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that were the case, then somebody could just send you a check every hour. It's not the hour, it's the value you put in the hour.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can bring value to somebody that is worth $100 in doing something, right? Like if it's worth that much to that person, they'll pay.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what it's about. It's about value you bring to an individual. And when you bring a lot of value to people, you make a lot of money.
Yeah. And I'm trying to grow also, like the friend who I taught him how to do the online selling.
Yeah.
I told him that you could be my partner.
Mm-hmm.
Like we will invest together. We will do our business, because my business is so big now that I cannot handle the both side.
Yeah.
That someone has to be doing the buying.
Yeah.
And someone else has to be doing the selling.
Yeah. So you can't do both. You got to just choose one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm by myself doing both.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
It
takes
really
up all
hard.
your time. Yeah.
A lot of time. And my sister, she helps me a little bit. She does the accounting and stuff. Like I record of like keeping like how much money I have earned, how much I bought it for and stuff like that. She helps me with that, but it's still hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I get paid enough to push myself every single day to do the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard, and I'm trying to make connections, like a lot of connections.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably people that do similar things too. Like there's probably a lot of people that do something similar to that you could be friends with. And then, yeah, because once you find people that have similar interests, like then it becomes easier.
yeah.
But if one person's like, well, I don't want to do it that way, then there's like 2 feet, one in, but then the other one's out, you know?
Yeah. Like my friend, he has a soda machine, vending machine thing going on. He once said that you could be my partner in this and I will be partner in your.
Mhm.
So he told me that, why don't we buy a vending machine together? Because it's cheap. And I was like, okay, we can buy it. We'll put it on many places. I was like, let's put it on different hotels. And you refill the vending machine and I buy the vending machine. So whatever the profit is, we will divide it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So doing something like that. Yeah. That's a good way of doing it.
That's like easy money. I just have to sit, then he does the vending machine and stuff like that.
I've seen YouTube videos of the vending machine thing and then also the laundromat thing.
Yeah.
Of people doing it that way. Buying a laundromat. I don't know how much it is, but it's probably
also
not
like
that much.
I don't know, but I would say I'm God gifted. Like that's what my dad tells me, that the skills that I have as of this age is very rare to see. Like I can, like my bargaining skills are the best. I can make the person in front of me cry.
Really?
Like people would I don't know, but like I naturally have a bargaining skill so good that
negotiation
and everything. Like I can buy anything for like I would say 80-70% cheaper than they're selling.
Yeah.
And also like my selling skill is so good that I can sell anything for like 10 times the price of the word, like whatever the price tag is. But like I learned all of this in such a short amount of time that I feel like it is a God gifted.
I think it might be that, but it also is when you set your mind on something, that's what it does. And like we talked about before, you were already capable of that.
Yeah.
Before, like you could have done that at 15 years old.
Yeah.
And you might have done it.
Yeah.
But now the time came, and now the inspiration came, and now your mind is focused on something that creates it.
Because like me and my sister, when we are young, we used to make like fake currencies, like paper currency. And we used to play like business games. And since we were like so little, me and my sister both had the business skills. Yeah. Like nobody taught us how to do the business. Like I never seen anyone. My dad used to do business, but I never seen him do anything. Yeah. We naturally had the skills. Like we didn't watch anyone do it. But when we were little, we knew that how to negotiate automatically. Yeah. Like nobody taught us to negotiate.
You just knew intuitively.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, but now taking look like back at it, it's like so crazy that how do we know? Yeah. How do we, we're like 5-6 year old, know how to bargain, like, and how to like sell. Yeah. And we used to sell to each other. Like me and my sister used to do like business with each other, like with fake currency and stuff. But like nobody taught us. Yeah. It just came. But
it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's it. Life is that. The universe is a mystery, man. Like there's so many things that I think anybody in history, any human in history can relay a time where it seemed as if it was a coincidence that things happened this way for their life to work out in a certain way. Like it's the amount of times that's happened is probably infinite, and who knows what that is. It's
most of the time people don't notice like the magical stuff that happens. Yeah. Like
it could be small things. Like I always think of when I'm driving behind somebody slow, right? Some grandma might be driving in front of me, and the cars on the side, on either side, are also blocking me from changing lanes. But before, I might have been frustrated, like, I need to fucking go faster. Why is this person driving so slow? But then I changed my mindset to, this has to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if I did have the opportunity to go faster, and instead some guy might have turned on me, and then we got in a crash, and I could have broken bones or maybe died or something like that. That it had to work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the universe, that's God, that's whatever you want to call it. It's something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a mystery, and I think it'll forever be a mystery. Like every philosopher in the world has probably
tried to solve it.
Tried to put some type of concept on it, tried to imagine it in different situations, but it's something. Who knows? Yeah.
Like, there are so many things that has no explanation in this world.
No explanation whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, why is the sky the way it is?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Why can't we go outside the space or something? Yeah. It's
so weird. All right. Should we wrap this up? I think we're going at over an hour here.
Yeah. All right.
Hour 15, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This was a really fun conversation, bro.
I know. Yeah. I think I've seen all of your podcasts. I think this was one of the best. I think in terms of talking about like life, mentality, like being.
Yeah. That's what I love talking about and sharing, because this is timeless information. Yeah. People 200 years from now will still can listen to this and gain something from it. Right.
I learned a lot from you, and you probably learned a lot from me.
Yeah. That's the way I love doing it, is because there's unlimited information, and I could always learn from people. Yeah. When a closed mind will never grow. Yeah. In my opinion, you have to be open. And even if you might not agree with the information, just still take it. Who knows what you can do with it, right? Yeah.
Any information is useful.
Any information, yeah. But thanks again for coming on. Appreciate you. Yeah. And we'll wrap this up. Thank you everybody for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great week. Peace.